windy at the top. Here we go. Oh, a valley. You can really smell the gorse. It's lovely. So lovely. It's so curvy, it's like. Well, I'm being dinked by a cat at the moment. Quite nice to cut out the way. But I've got here, this is Ravenscar. I think it's the third time I've been. I really like it here. I don't know why. It's very basic, but I really like it. It's always quiet, or nearly always quiet. So what route did I take? Up the M1, set up at 8 o'clock, up the M1, into Leeds, round the ring road, through Ilkley, went across to Skipton, then Grassington, which was a bit of a dog leg, but all right, I stopped. Pardon me. I stopped in Skipton at a Tesco, had a meal deal for £4. It was really good. And Grassington, up to Laban, lovely countryside, lovely weather. It was a bit chilly when I set off, but it's warmed up once the sun got hot. I had to keep taking layers off. Found a wonderful toilet somewhere in Wensleydale. Climbed over a stone wall and under a bridge, and it was ducks and flowers and everything. Amazing. What else? Went to Richmond to the falls, the waterfall. It didn't have tea, the machine wasn't working, so I had an ice cream, which was very nice. And I went past through Brompton, past Mother's house, and it was a bit of a shock. The wash house has gone and there's a massive extension, and basically Mother's house isn't there anymore. So it was a bit of I found that, I don't know, disconcerting, upsetting, don't know really. But yes, somebody's having a grand old time there. So what else? Left there, went through Northallerton and came up through Stokesley. At the top of the bank there's a pull-in with a nice view of the sea, lots of gorse bushes and a catering caravan, which is really nice. Had a cake and a cup of tea, and then set off from there and got to the campsite. And the campsite has a little shop, and instead of going into Whitby and buying stuff at a supermarket and taking my time, I just grabbed whatever I saw. So I got 4 burgers, which I'll never eat, half a dozen bread buns, which I'll never eat, and a bottle of milk, which I'll probably use about a quarter, but I need that. So yeah, and the tent's all up, and it wasn't too bad this time. I found it all went together easier than last time. Oh, cat, will you get out of the way? So yeah, tent's all up and done. And I could make a cup of tea, but I can't be bothered, to be honest. So I'm thinking I might just ride down into Whitby, drop into a supermarket for a couple of bits, and have a pint. Sounds like a plan. Well, it did seem a long way coming. I thought to go to Robin's Bay, but then there wasn't any supermarket there. Or ride down to Scarborough, go down on the front. I'm not that keen on Whitby, so yeah, I might go down to Scarborough. I think it's a bit further, but it's a nice evening. I think I'll do that. Let's get this show on the road. It's the day is it Thursday? About 7 o'clock, and it's starting to get warm in the tent. So I'm getting up. Had a reasonable night's sleep. It rained last night. Yesterday was a nice day. Got up early, got my running kit on, and it was quite cold when I set off. I was all wrapped up and ran down to Robin Hood's Bay. Really nice. I walked and ran and had toast and coffee at the seafront. Tide was right in. Walked up, bought some strawberries. The lady who only wanted cash was very polite in the most objectionable way I've ever heard. Thank you, goodbye, have a good day. You can go away. You've offended me. So so nice strawberries to eat. Went to the top of the hill, restarted Strava, walked and jogged to the start of the cinder track. And then it was basically walking and jogging. It's flat for the first bit, and then it's uphill for about 3 miles. And pretty tiring. Had some lunch on the way up of strawberries, and finally got back to the campsite. It was I was done in, so it was had all sorts of things to do. So I went to bed and slept for about an hour and a half. I was done in, and then I was thinking about going to Whitby, but I was too tired. I couldn't be bothered. Farted about at the petrol stove trying to cook the rest of those burgers, make a drink. I had to refill it, and it was very windy. It kept blowing out. I had to do it in the tent in the end, and I just thought it would probably be a lot easier to go camping without any stoves or cooking gear. Don't take anything. You take a bottle of water, buy some juice, and eat bread and cheese or whatever. Because all this food I'm cooking, it's not very good for me. Burgers or bacon or fry-ups or whatever. It's not the healthiest of food. And then I feel more like going out for. We had fish and chips last night, which is really healthy. Yeah. So that was last night. I was hanging about. It was really cold. The wind was freezing. I had my shorts on, and in the end, I got into bed, and then I went to sleep at about 8 o'clock. Woke up a couple of times, had a look at a couple of videos, went back to sleep again. And I think I really went into a good sleep at about 2 o'clock and pretty much slept through till 6. And then the tent started to get really warm. So this morning's pack up time. Going to pack up. Not have any breakfast. Not bothered with that. I'll get something on the way back. If it's a reasonable time, I'll stop off in Whitby. Get something. Plans to go over the moors. I've got 2 routes I could take. Either go over the moors and then head to the A1, or follow the coast down and come back over the Humber Bridge. I like going over the Humber Bridge, but I like the moors as well. So I'm going to go over the moors to, what's it called? Kirk in Moorside. Go down to there, and then go across the Sursk. Probably go down the A19 to Doncaster. Follow the road down to Bawtry, down the A1, 614, A46, home. Avoid the motorway. So I better get on and start packing.